I think there's a lot of cat and mouse going on here. As a sporting director, I used to do this a lot. So I used to call up a big club, and say, right, can you put in a bid in? And that would get my owner to basically put a higher bid in. It's a bit like an auction, isn't it? I don't think Manchester City actually want to sign Declan Rice. I think what's going on here is Arteta's picked up the phone to Pep, said, listen, Arsenal are going to do the sort of incremental bid approach. If you put a higher bid in, that will push my owner to I think there's a bit of that going on here.
What, for speed then? They just want it to happen quicker?
Well, for speed, but to get the deal done. Because, West Ham obviously want a certain valuation. I think I read 120 million.
Why don't Arsenal just go and pay it then?
Well, this is the thing. I don't know why Arsenal are doing this incremental approach, but it says to me that Man City coming in sort of later on, it feels like they're trying to, it's going to help Arsenal. Because the fans are going to get on it now and say, hold on a second, Declan Rice, if you let Declan Rice go to Man City when he was our number one target, that says a lot about Arsenal.
Well,
I think there's a bit of that going on. I used to do it all the time, and it used to work.
Eni, I tell you right now, man, I think Arsenal are leaving themselves wide open. Because if they lose Declan Rice after what happened with Mudryk going to Chelsea, I think the Arsenal fans, and particularly this one on my left-hand side, will be going,
he'll end up at Arsenal.
Absolutely.
Do you really think so?
I think he'll end up at Arsenal.
I'm not
the
sure.
thing is, Declan Rice wants to go to Arsenal.
Well, this is the thing. That is the thing.
I think he wants to go to Arsenal, and then West Ham will want to do right by him. So it's just a bit of cat and mouse. Arsenal are a bit more conservative, aren't they, when it comes to... But they got to get him. Signing Kai Havertz, for me, I didn't really get it. Because
I'm the opposite.
For me, Arsenal need to be signing players that are going to make them win the Premier League.
I think Havertz is one of them.
And he's not.
I do.
He's not.
I think Havertz is a great player.
He scored 7 goals last season.
He's not a centre forward. I don't care what anyone says. He is not a centre forward. Never has been. Never will be.
No.
He keeps coming towards the ball. I think in a forward area, either from a wide area, I know they've got Saka, different class, Martinelli, different class. He can play 10. He can play midfield. I actually think Havertz would be a great signing. Time will tell.
He's not a 20 to 25 goal a season player, though, is he?
No.
Is he going to score 25? He's not going to be Haaland, but that's what Arsenal need.
Oh, without doubt.
That's where they are now.
Forward.
Okay, one more for the break. Yep, let's do it. So Chelsea losing Mason Mount potentially looks like it. Also Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kai Havertz that we just spoke about there, Conor Gallagher this summer. There's a lot of people leaving, which we know that they need to do. Bring in the likes of Nicholas Jackson. So this is from Villarreal. We spoke about him earlier on, and we were wondering whether or not that would actually be an improvement on Chelsea's squad. And what you think about all the raft of players that are leaving, especially the homegrown ones.
Well, yeah, the players the squad had to get trimmed down. That was the first thing Pochettino had to do. And obviously Kovacic is going, Mendy's gone, Ziyech is gone, Kante's gone. So that's, I love Kante, I love Kovacic.
Me too.
So the squad's getting trimmed down. I'd never heard of Nicholas Jackson before.
By the way, I'll be brutally honest.
Never heard of him.
And we had to ask one of the guys that's come on earlier on, and we didn't know.
Kevin Hatchard.
Kevin came on, and I said, Kevin, I'll be brutally honest with you. And he said, to be fair, he's only been in the game at a top level for about 12 to 18 months. But see, when you look, the worrying thing is, it's a bizarre thing I'm about to ask you. With a squad that Chelsea had, right, they definitely had to trim it. If not, have a kind of clear out, if you like. Could we now say, bizarrely and maybe wrongly, that Chelsea are going through a kind of transitional period where the new manager has to come in, get his new players in? He's got rid of about 7 or 8, and he's well within his rights, because I always believe that managers and coaches can only really be judged when they've got their own team on the pitch with their own players on the pitch. So are we really seeing Chelsea going through a kind of transitional period here? I
think they are, absolutely. When players leave, it's always a transition, because then it's a new manager coming in. Pochettino, I had the fortune of meeting him 2 weeks ago with Soccer Aid. What a nice man, what an amazing guy. Just amazing guy. The players are going to love him. I don't doubt that. But he's also a big manager about training, culture, how he breeds culture, how he makes people really feel like part of a group and a team. It's going to be interesting what happens with Mason Mount. I think he's got to stay. I'm actually quite happy the bids have been knocked back, because I think having those Chelsea players, like Reece James and Mason Mount, is really important for the culture.
I think so.
I think Pochettino is going to do that. But yeah, it is a transition. We've got to go from 11th to hopefully top 4. Yeah. That's a big jump. We got to do that. And I still feel like we've got to sign a striker, though. It's hard because we're not in the Champions League, so the players like Osimhen, probably won't be attracted
He's
to
your
coming
man.
to us.
I'm telling you right now.
But like, bring Lukaku back or something. You know, we still need that.
I don't think he wants to come back.
No.
And see, to be brutally honest, I'm not sure a great percentage of the Chelsea fans would want him back.
Yeah, because
I might be wrong, but I just think with the water that's gone under the bridge, his comments and all that, clearly he looks as though he's happy where he is. I don't think he's got any real appetite to come back, and I don't think you want to start bringing players back that don't really want to be there.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.